I am here to talk about one of the biggest challenges of our times. 500 million farming families around the globe which have no access to financial services at all. And we are in 2020, believe it or not. And why this is so important? This is very important because those farmers, those 500 million farming families around the globe will be responsible for the extra supply in food and fibers by the 2050, when we will have extra 2.5 billion people on Earth. We will have 10 billion on this planet, 10 billion people on this planet. And we need to increase the capital access by $2 trillion every year from today up to there to solve this gap. This is why we are building Agryo as a solution to bring the services to those farmers. And how do we do that? Becoming a global connector between farmers and capital as a global risk intelligence provider. How this works? So Agryo has a different tech stack from the bottom up, where we combine different sources of data with our proprietary modeling, with the DLT infrastructure layer, where we can transact in terms of digital transaction, but not only that, we can bring proofs of services, of trust, for each services we provide. We provide those services in risk intelligence, pre and during contracts, in the lending contracts, in the insurance, in the land value for collateralization, and some other services coming now. Companies can use our services to enable their providing their financial services to farmers directly through the APIs, using our front-end services, even our mobile infrastructure. Basically, we do checks in different type of information through our system to provide those services, which I mentioned before, in a way where the companies can receive the farmer requests directly from the farmer or by their operators on the field, request through our system, and get all back the information the last 20 years in like a 10 minutes process, and have a much better decision and monitoring of the systems. We have the services in the risk intelligence, in contracts monitoring, which is basically during the financial contracts, what's going on in the field, fraud detection, crop insurance, just a new service in the forest sector, and a land value for collateralization. We just have get some traction in a couple of last months, and we are now in the phase deploying these services in South America and US. This company is led by 2 PhDs in the area with a lot of experience, and we are looking to raise $1.2 million to achieve our next 700,000 requests through the system. So thank you, and open to the questions.
Thanks. So, any questions?
I guess nobody got the point.
Sometimes they need some time.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Thanks for the presentation. My question is, who's your prime customer? Is it the banks or the farmers?
Our primary customer as a B2B provider in a SaaS model are companies, banks, insurance companies, trading companies like we are operating today, agri corps trading companies, and cooperatives too, which they need, where they need to look what's going on, decide, take a decision about some type of operation in a way where they can do without relying on other people on the field, which is basically what's happened today all over the world. And they can have proofs about. So a bank can prove to insurance company how they did, how they decide, how they are manage their portfolio, or a cooperative can prove to a bank or any player. So we dissolve disputes. Not only that, we provide the support to the decision itself.
Can you explain your revenue and the amount that you came up with for the funding round?
Yeah, so basically what our revenue model is based on a flat fee per request plus a value based on the size of the request. Let's say 100 hectares farmer solicitation from, let's say, a company like Bunge. 100 hectares is for pre-contract evaluation is $5 flat fee plus 10 cents per hectare. So 100 hectares plus more $10, so $15 to receive all the analytics pre-contract to take a decision if this is a good place or not, whatever. And this seed round is focused to the next 18 months to have a team and big enough and strong enough to grow this number of requests, this 700,000 requests, which is more or less, to do that, we need to process 150,000 farmers on average for different services. What means between 10 and 15 companies, the type of companies we are addressing using the services.
What is the average size of the farmers, the average size of land that they manage?
Yeah, in the case of Brazil, it's 71 hectares. In South America, it's 52 hectares. Globally, if I don't miss now, is around 49. But you have different regions. For example, you have on average this number, but you have, for example, our primary goal today is medium big farmers, which in the case of Brazil is over 230 hectares, because these farmers are under connection with companies, like companies we are talking and using our service now.
Mm-hmm.
In US, which is the secondary market, we are starting now there. It's around 300 hectares, this primary focus. So it varies a bit. This $10 in our projections is basically because we are looking for the next 2 years, this year and next, address Americas first. So with this size of operation, we can onboard our big guys now and some small, medium farmers in the coming months.
So sorry, as a follow-on question, the 150,000 farmers, they're not just then in Brazil, it's all of the Americas?
Yeah, but you need to
and
put
what percent of that, yeah, just trying to figure out what percent of that.
Yeah, only Brazil has 5.2 million farmers. Only 700,000 last year in the census, 2017, in fact. The numbers was released in last year. Only 750,000 farmers, less than 15% of the all Brazilian farmers receive some type of financial service. Insurance, credit, barter operation, which exchange between inputs and crops at the end of the contract. This all classified by the IBGE as financial operations is less than 15% in 2017, which was released in the last census last year. In Americas, we have 12 million farming families in general, and we have more than 10 million without services. In North America now, we have there are a lot of farmers with constraints to achieve credit because there's floods and all this type of problems there, even in the biggest market for financial services in the agribusiness. So we have a quite good number of farmers on these Americas for the first step, and we will operate over less than 1% in the coming years, and we reaching 1% of those millions of farmers. It's quite good space to make money.
What are the terms of the seed round, and have you considered asking for more money?
Yeah, we consider. In fact, we have a much bigger goal, but the point is, if we can close this, we can easily go over these goals in terms of revenue. So the primary goal is to close the round. In the terms of, we are looking for valuation rounds or over $7 million. Of course, it's open to discussion, especially when it comes with some potential operations and as part of the round. But the goal now is to push forward, because we just have a connection with one of the biggest insurance companies on earth. And one of the points they raise is your team is too small to work with us. And so we cannot lose some contracts like could bring us $2 million a month, not a year, a month. When we almost get a door in the face because our size of the team today. So we cannot have this situation again.